Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make clones shoot automatically in Scratch. Now I'm just going to show you what this could look like after you've done it. So I'm going to press the green flag and I'm just going to press it again because that wasn't the right position. And somewhere they will start shooting and all of them can shoot at the same time as you see here. I didn't really make a good gameplay because when the bullets spawn, then they're on top of the gun. I mean, they are on the front, but you can change that all. You can make them shoot quicker. You can make them spawn somewhere else. You can change everything you want to. And I'm just going to show you now how to make that. Now I went back to the original menu, and to do this, you want to go to Create, and we'll make a new project, and we'll call it, shooting clones. And we will design our sprites. It will be just a simple circle like I've shown you here, with some arms like this, and it's holding a gun which is black like this. And now you have to make sure that the center would be exactly where the gun is, because when we will create our clones, we're going to make that the clones spawn exactly where the player is, or the clone. And if we center this, for example, here on the head or here in the middle, it would spawn exactly here, and we don't want him to spawn behind the gun. It wouldn't make much sense. And so if we center it exactly on the gun, it will spawn in the gun. I'll call this enemy, and then we'll make another sprite, which is obviously going to be the bullet, because we don't have anything else. That's the only sprites we will have, like this. And I'm going to shrink this down to 50. And yes, that looks not that bad. And we'll call this bullet. Now the first thing we have to do is that we will have the thing the sorry the pr the blocks that will make that the clones are spawning. So when flag is clicked, hide the original sprite, and then forever create clone of myself, and then wait 2 seconds. Now we want to make that every time the clone spawns, it will spawn on the top and not somewhere on the screen. So when I start as when I start as a clone, show of course, and then point in direction 180, and then we will have turn, pick random -90 to 90. And I'll explain what this is doing, because I wanted to that the clones will look from this position maximum to this position maximum, because it wouldn't make much sense if they would look upwards, because that's not what you're doing in this fight, because then they would run backwards. And so this will make that it will look from either here to here. Um, This is rotating strangely because we centered it at the gun, but it won't really, you won't see it turn, so it's not a big problem. Okay. Um, I had to do this because I wanted it to be from here to here, and with the 90, 80, and with the 90, 80, and -90 system of Scratch, I couldn't make a pick random 90 to -90. And now we'll have to make it go somewhere, so go pick random negative 240 to 240, and then Y on 180, because we only want it to spawn on the X position, on the random position, and not on the Y. the y should be always the top. And then we will repeat until, oops, here repeat until. Then we'll take a less than operator and then negative 170. And you may have guessed it, it's going to be the y position. So repeat until the y position is smaller than negative 170. And then we will change, where is that here? Change x by, again, pick random, -2 to -4. Sorry, -2 to 2. And then we will have change y by pick random, -2 to -4. So what this is doing is that it will not go down at the same speed. It will slow down a bit sometimes and accelerate. And it will also change the x position, which will make a cool effect that it looks like it's going a bit like that. And then at the end, we're going to have delete this clone. Okay, and we will make another delete when I start as a clone. And we're going to have the same repeat until. And then we're going to wait 1 second, and now we're going to make that it shoots. So we'll make a variable called counter. Oops. And 3 lists, one that is going to be the direction, one will be the x position, and one will be the y position. Okay. After you've then created all those lists, you will first, when flag is clicked, we need to set counter to 0, delete all of direction, delete all of x position, and delete all of y position. So this will clear everything. And then we will have the, so we will add to the lists. So for example, to the add the x position to the list x position, and we will do the same for the we will do the same for the y position and for the direction. Add direction to direction, add y position to y position, and we will also have change counter by 1. Okay, and then we will have create clone of not myself, but create clone of the bullet. Okay, and we can put that away, the delete this clone. And what this is doing is that every time just before it shoots, it will add its coordinates to the lists, and it will change the counter by 1. And now you will see why we did this. So when flag is clicked, hide, and then when I start as a clone, it has to show, and then we'll have go to item, item not 1 but item counter of x position for the x position, item counter of y position for the y position, and then the same but only for the direction, point in direction, item counter of direction. I'll just explain what all of this is doing. So just before it shoots, so just before the enemy shoots, it will have added, no, we'll just look at the x position for now. It will have added its x position to that list and changed the counter by 1. So I'm just going to add a few things to the x position just to show you what it could be. So 50, for example, and then again 50 doesn't matter, 124, 240, 34, although this won't really be possible. But anyways, and now we will also change the counter by 4, because every time you add something, it also changes the counter by 4, and as there are 4 things in here, it has to be 4, so set counter to 4. And now we'll go to the item counter of X position for the X position. So we'll just look what is this. The counter is 4. So it will go to the fourth item in that list, which is 244, 34, if this would be possible. So it would set the X position of the bullet to 234. And this will be the X position of the player, the clone, as we just added it a few ticks ago into that list, because you have to know that everything is happening at the same time. So if we would have now the X position 244, and then the bullet is created and it goes to the counter 244, it will go to the counter 4. So 4 is here, this one, the item 4, and it will be that. If now I change counter by 1, and then we add the new X position, imagine it would have gone to the left. So now it would be maybe 212, and this, oh no, I think 244 was even possible. Sorry for saying something wrong. And now it had changed this by 5, and now it will create again a clone, and this time the clone will go to the item 5, because the item counter, and counter is 5. So item counter 5 of the X position, which is 212, and then it will go to 212. I hope you understood it. If not, then you can ask me in the comments. And it does this the same, exactly the same, just for everything, like the Y position and direction. And now this will be very easy. We'll just make that the bullet will actually move. So repeat until touching edge. Repeat until, and then in sensing, not touching mouse pointer, but edge. Move 10 steps, because it already points in the right direction, thanks to that list of the direction. And so the same direction as the enemy. And at the end, again, we're going to have delete this clone. Let's see if that works. So here you see it empty, and now every time it shoots, it adds its things, and now that there are more enemies, of course, it adds more things. So it actually works. And now I'm just going to show you something. Now imagine we would wait 10 seconds, because I just want to have one enemy at the same time. And now we will change the Y by less, so -1 to -2. Okay. Oops, this one is really badly placed. Every time it shoots, it adds its X position to the X position, and the bullet will go to the item counter. So that would be 8, 9, 10, and those two change at the same time here, the counter and um, the item in the list. So if this is 17, then the highest will be 17. And as they shoot every second, it's a bit hard to come along with the speaking, so I'm going to let a bit more time through this. Wait 3 seconds, and I'm going now just to show you something else. Going to show the direction. This will, okay, no, that's a really bad example, because it always points in the same direction. Y position is changing pretty much every time. So now it's shooting, and now it has changed counter by 1 and added it to the Y position list. Now, when the bullet has spawned, like now, 3, and now it shot, and then it went to the Y position 39. So, yeah, I hope you understood that. Yes, I hope I could help with that video, because I never used to know how to make shooting enemies, and I don't want you to have the same problem. So if you liked that video, please like it, and if you didn't, then you can also dislike it. You are allowed to. And please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like that. Bye.